Hey, kiddos. I hope everyone's doing good today. We are going to start something brand new today. I know that we've talked periodically about long vowels and short vowels. We review that all the time. But today we're going to talk about something called the sneaky E. The sneaky E. Sometimes we call it the criminal E. Sometimes we call it the sneaky E. So you'll be used to what we're talking about today. But today we're going to actually learn what the real rule is. So whenever you're doing work by yourself, or you're reading, or you're writing, you're going to know exactly how to use the spelling correctly. Okay? All right. So here we go. Look at this word right here. Let's look at this first word. If I were to write the word K-I-T-E. If I were to write that word, what's the first vowel that you see in the word? We see an I, right? Do you see another vowel in this word? Yes, there's an E. You see an E right here. Now, sometimes we've said this, remember? It's a criminal E, and that criminal E is just sneaking up on that I. It's so sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. And when it gets behind that I and gets right up beside it, the I is going to scream its name. I. So we know that I says I, and we know that I says I. But when you have an E at the end of a word, it sneaks up on that I, scares it, and then the I screams its name. Okay? So let's look at this one together. What if you have this word right here? If you have just this letter here, we know that A says A, right? We know that A says A. So if you have a letter and it's followed by a consonant, that consonant could be anything as long as it's not a vowel, right? So this dash, this little line like this, would just mean that that's a consonant. That's a consonant. So what if we put a T where that line would be? What is that word? That word is at. Everyone say at. At. Okay. Now, I am a sneaky E. So anytime that you see an E and it says sneaky, it's going to not make a sound. A sneaky E does not make a sound. Do you see right here on the screen? This says sneaky E. So a sneaky E does not make a sound. It sneaks up on letters when they don't even know that they're coming. So if a vowel like A does not even know that it's there, it's going to scare it. So when I scare a vowel, it's going to say its long name. And you know that a long vowel has a macron on top. It has a macron on top, and that shows that it's a long vowel sound. Okay? Let's look at this word. B-A-K-E. 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 Echo the word bake. Bake. Now look at this word. Tell me what letter you see that might make the A sound. Yes, it's right here. Now, let's cross out that sneaky E because the E doesn't make a sound at all. That E is just so sneaky that it sneaks up on that A and it scares it. It startles it. So it makes that A scream its name. Bake. Bake. That's how you would code the word bake. So we have a word wall card that you're going to be able to use to help you remember what this rule is, okay? This rule tells us that vowels, A-E-I-O-U, that are followed by a consonant and a silent or sneaky E is long. So the vowel has to be followed by a consonant and by a silent sneaky E. And that makes that vowel scream its name. So we code it with a macron and you cross out the E. Because why? Because it is silent and it makes your vowel long. So your new keyword for a consonant E has the long A sound. It also has a sneaky E on the end. But see if you can guess it. Do you know what it's going to be? Let me give you a clue. See if you can infer this clue. This is good to eat. People can use this to celebrate their birthdays. You can put icing on it. What do you think it is? Cake. Yes, cake. Just like we just talked about. C-A-K-E. K-E. Here's a vowel followed by a consonant and a sneaky silent E. Code your A with a macron because it's a long A. Cross out that E on the end. Cake. So a cake is going to be your word card, your letter card for your sneaky E. For your sneaky E. Let's watch our first little clip. Look at that sneaky E. It's coming up behind them. Watch it. Okay, so that's a little extra for you for the sneaky E. Let's look at these pictures right here. Not pictures, words. Let's look at these words. Now review for a minute. Let's review for just a minute. What has to be at the end of a word to make the vowel say its long name? An E does, but what kind of E? A sneaky E. Let's look at this first word on my paper. Let's look at my first word. Do you see any vowels? Yes, we see an A and we see an E. When E is at the end of a word, is the E at the end of the word? Yes, the E is at the end of the word. If it's at the end of the word, the E is probably being very sneaky. It's being sneaky, and it is silent. If it's a sneaky E, it's very silent. No one knows it's coming. Let's cross out that sneaky E to remind us that it's silent. So we crossed out our E. Is there a consonant between the sneaky E and the vowel? Yes. What is the consonant? It's a V. So when a vowel has a consonant and a sneaky E after it, it's long. And we have to code that vowel with a macron. So this word is cave, cave. Kind of like when we were talking about bats and living in a cave. Cave, cave, cave. Let's look at one more word together. This word, make. Does this word have two vowels? Yes. What are they? An A and an E. Is the E at the very end? Yes. Let's cross that sneaky E out. Now, is there a consonant between the vowels? Yes, there is. What is the consonant? It's a K. So we're going to code this vowel A with a macron, and this is ache, make. Oh, Miss Rainwater's computer's battery is running low. It's running low. Okay. Let's watch one more little video and then we'll move on for tomorrow.
There are two ways to make a vowel say its name. Super E and two vowels together. I is super E. Super E. If I add an E, it's a super E. That makes it funny. One of these vowels is super letters. I can chalk over one letter to find a vowel. I can make it say its name. Like this. This is E. That's U. I is E.
Okay, so what you need to remember is sometimes they're going to be called a sneaky E. You might hear it referred to as a criminal E. You might be referred to, hear it being referred to as a magic E. So you'll just have to keep in mind that when you have the E at the end of a word, or if you have two vowels in a word, and if you have a consonant in between, then you're going to cross out the silent E or the sneaky E and give the other vowel a macron. That way you'll know it's a long vowel. Okay, let's practice. Let's practice with this one just for a minute. Oh, do you see the code right here? Do you see two vowels? Yes, we see an A and we see an E. So this little line right here is a dash. That can stand for any consonant, and a consonant is any letter in the alphabet that's not a vowel. So if we were to put a K right here, your E would be silent, and then you would have to put a macron over your A, and that word would be ache, like rake, or snake, or cake. Ooh, what is this a picture of? Could this be a monkey if we're talking about a silent or a sneaky E? No, this is going to be an ape. So what would the middle letter be in this word? It would be a P. That's right, it would be a P. All right, these are just more vowel practice that we're going to get to do later, but I want us to look at this picture together. I'm sorry. Where'd it go? Okay, we looked at these pictures. Now, let's look at this one right here. What is this a picture of? This is a bone, a bone. So if we were going to write this word, we'd have to put a B in the front. What'd be the middle letter here? So here are your two vowels, an O and an E. Do you have a consonant in the middle? Yes, you do. So that means you cross out this E and make it silent, and you have to put a macron over the O. Bone. What is this one? This is a rose. Let's write down the sounds that we hear. R, O, S. But let's look. If we know that this is a long O, and now we know that O can say ah or O can say O, we know it's going to have a macron over it because it is a long sound for the O. But what has to be at the end? In order for this to make a long sound, you have to have two vowels, an O. The second one is an E. And then what's the consonant in the middle? An S. R-O-S-E. Okay, so that's our first little introduction on the sneaky E, and we'll do some more tomorrow. See you later.